Welcome, everyone. My name is Amanda Newport. I'm the Executive Officer for OFPANS, the Outdoor Fabric Products Association of New Zealand. I'd like to welcome you to this presentation from MITO about a new program that's now available that provides a pathway for secondary school students to gain experience in our industry. We're streaming this presentation to our Facebook page. And if you have any questions throughout, you're most welcome to unmute yourself, or you can type a comment in the chat below. So I would like to welcome Janet Lane, the Chief Executive for MITO, to begin this launch presentation. And at the end of it all, she's going to have some exciting news for our industry as well. So over to you, Janet.
Thank you, Amanda. Tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou katoa. Good afternoon, colleagues and friends in New Zealand. And I see a couple of our friends in Australia as well. So a very, very warm welcome. We have a virtual presentation today from our MITO team, and I'm joined online with three of the team. Michael Alsford, our Group Manager Qualifications, Paul Newman, our Manager Programs, and Rachel Dippy, Group Manager Marketing and Engagement. We were planning to deliver this presentation to you last month at the OFPANS conference. However, a global pandemic got in our way. And subsequent to that, we have all become eminently creative and technologically savvy working remotely. And I'm so proud, just so proud of the MITO team who transitioned seamlessly to working from home. And during this time, they put the finishing touches on our new secondary school program, which we are officially launching with you this afternoon. We've called this program TrimUP, a respectful nod to the industrial textile fabrication industry. And TrimUP is a micro-credential training program for secondary school students in years 11, 12, and 13. It's an NZQA approved package of learning, which when completed features on each student's official record of learning, and an NZQA certificate is issued on completion. This is a fantastic opportunity for your enterprise to connect with your local secondary schools with our support to identify young talent to host in your business. At your invitation, students have the opportunity to get behind the scenes and see firsthand career opportunities in your sector. And you get the opportunity to identify and potentially engage new talent. They spend 1 day a week in your workplace for a term, which is approximately 10 weeks. There's no financial investment required on your behalf, and you will receive the same level of support as our apprentices enjoy from our national network of industry training advisors, which includes student mentoring, goal setting, management of academics, and reporting, etc. I'm now going to hand over to Paul Newman, who's going to take us through the program and just provide you of an overview of our launch today. So I'll hand over to Paul.
Thank you, Janet. I'll just share my screen for everyone to see. So as Janet mentioned, my name is Paul Newman and I am the Manager Programs at MITO. And it is my pleasure as well to take you through some of the details of this brand new micro-credential. As you know, the New Zealand Certificate in Industrial Textile Fabrication, Level 3, was launched last year and is available to learners employed in your industry. Now, as Janet mentioned, we need to attract people at a school age to help them understand what your industry offers. So how can we tap into the talent pool that exists at secondary school level? And how can we give those students the opportunity to test the water while giving you as an employer the same opportunity? Well, we've come up with those questions in mind with TrimUP. So this micro-credential is made available through the Gateway program for students in years 11 to 13 at high school. and the focus is on safety first in the industrial textile fabrication industry. And it helps students to familiarise themselves with the workplace and how to be safe in it. Having a gateway student in your workplace allows you to contribute to your industry by bringing in fresh talent and helping young people learn things that will be extremely valuable in their adult lives. For most of these students, this may be their first taste of a true workplace environment. MITO has developed a number of micro-credentials to enable students the opportunity to dip their toe into different industries. Hundreds of students across the country are doing just that. So we have Startup, which is for our automotive industry. The road transport industry has Shift Up. Mining and quarrying has Rock Up. And the ports industry will soon have Load Up. TrimUP has a series of information booklets that are specific to the workplace supervisor, the student, and the school. These booklets give each person involved an understanding of their responsibilities while the student is working through the program. Each booklet also explains information about the program, a training plan outlining the unit standards involved, and information on the daily task sheets the student has to complete and the supervisor has to sign off. The learning content is delivered through MITO e-learning, and there are 2 courses. The first course is about working in an industrial textile fabrication workplace and includes 2 modules based on knowing how to act and how to work effectively. The second course is about workplace safety. Across both courses, there are a series of auto-marked assessments along with a series of written assessment questions where the student writes, or in this case types, in their answers. For the practical assessments, there are 2 workplace supervisor declarations that need to be completed. One covers things such as using PPE correctly, following safety rules, and using appropriate communication methods. The second covers using information, tools, and equipment correctly. The program consists of 2 unit standards that equal 12 credits, which count towards the student's NCEA Level 2. These 2 unit standards are also included in the New Zealand Certificate of Industrial Textile Fabrication Level 3, so it's a great first step towards completing the full qualification. To assist student engagement in this micro-credential, our vocational careers advisors will be contacting high schools to let them know this program is now available. We are confident this micro-credential will be successful in attracting new talent into your industry, and we look forward to working alongside you to ensure this is a success. Thank you very much, and I will now hand you back to Janet.
Thank you, Paul. Thanks very much. So, term 3 starts next week. So the timing of this launch is absolutely perfect for you. Our 2 vocational careers advisors, Jeremy and Marie, will be contacting our national network of secondary schools to promote this new program. If you are keen, and I suspect you're going to be very keen, we recommend that you contact them pronto. We'll email Jeremy and Marie's details to you later today, and I recommend you get in really quickly. And finally, as Amanda said earlier, I have some super exciting news to share, and it's pretty much just hot off the press. Many of you are already training apprentices in the New Zealand Certificate in Industrial Textile Fabrication at Level 3. That now qualifies for free fees. So that's right, training for this program is now absolutely free from the 1st of July this year until the 31st of December 2022. You may recall that the government's budget announcements included a 1.6 billion investment in trades training with a new fund called the Targeted Training and Apprenticeship Fund, which provides free fees to targeted industries to help retain and train workforces and support businesses through the COVID-19 recovery. We are simply delighted that our request for the industrial textile fabrication industry has been recognized and acknowledged by the government with this funding. So for those of you with learners already enrolled, you will receive a pro rata refund for any fees that are already paid from the 1st of July this year in due course. So we've got two exciting announcements, the launch of our micro-credential and indeed fees free for all trainees enrolled in the Level 3 New Zealand Certificate in Industrial Textile Fabrication. So that's it from me, and we're happy to answer any questions you might have. We've got the team here who can take on your questions. You can pop them in the chat room. Rachel will pick them up and she'll delegate them to us, or you can put your hand up. Amanda will recognize you, and then you can turn your mic on. So happy to provide any points of clarification and answer any questions you might have.
A very quiet bunch, Janet.
Very quiet. It takes a while. I get synthesizing new information, but it will be live on Facebook, so people can go back and take a little bit of time and refresh themselves. Understand that, and a media release will be going out tomorrow. So you heard it first from us.
Yes, Tony?
So is there a fee involved for the TrimUP for either the student or the employee?
That's a really good question, Tony. I'll take that one. No charge to the employer, absolutely no charge. There is a charge to the school, which is $200 per student, and that is covered by a grant that goes to the school that covers gateway programs. So a student's family does not have to pay. And so we're making sure that it's as seamless as possible for new and emerging talent to leave the gate of the school and get in your front door. Supplementary question, Tony.
Yeah. So the content of the course, that will be made available for us to have a look at?
I'll hand you back to Paul on that one. Paul, could you open your microphone, please?
Sure. For the people that take on the gateway students, is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Yes, we can certainly do that. The supervisors can have access to that, no problem.
Amanda, I think that's our questions. Unless Barry's going to put up his hand.
Come on,
Big
Barry.
smile there, Barry. Come on.
You've
been waiting for this.
Okay. Yeah, like my immediate thoughts are from that, what was it, the dating thing that we did, the rapid dating we did with the secondary schools. We identified 2 or 3 schools that seemed to bring through people with the characters and the attributes we were looking for. So I would think those would be the ones I'd target and reach out to.
Good point.
Yeah, I'd like to get Jeremy and Marie's contact details and take it from there.
Okay, let me hand on to Rachel for a minute. Rachel invented Speed Meet, and she deserves the credit for that because it's now being picked up and it's being funded by the Ministry of Education. Rachel, can you just give them a brief outline of what's involved?
Sure. Yes, Barry used a very appropriate term there, like speed dating. So Speed Meet is effectively job hunting, speed dating style. So we get in the room a whole bunch of secondary school students that are looking for a new career and a whole lot of employers that are looking for fresh new talent, and we connect them. So the employers stay still at a table and the students move every 6 minutes from employer onto the next employer. And before they leave that employer though, they note down whether they want to know more about that employer. And the employer does the same for the student. And so that's how matches are made. If they say, yes, I'd like to know more about that employer, yes, I'd like to know more about that student, that's a match. And then we share the contact details with each party afterwards. So it's short, sharp meetings. You get a good feel immediately for whether you like that student or not, and whether you'd like to see them again. And perhaps have a follow-up interview or whatever at your business. So yes, Janet said that we've received funding from the Ministry of Education to run a whole lot more, and we're just working out now in terms of where and when that will take place. It's probably looking towards May, June next year at this time, just with COVID and you know, that disruption. Looks like next year will be a better time for that. So yeah, by all means, we're always looking for more employers to come along to Speed Meet. So if you want more information about that, then please do let us know once you get our email later on.
Oh,
Anybody else? We really appreciate MITO doing this and you know, putting the work in for this and keeping us informed and yeah, I think this will be good for a lot of our members. I know there were a few that were going to sign up an apprentice just before COVID happened, so I think this will definitely be, yeah, it'll help them make that move. And yeah, no, thank you guys for coming on and presenting this to us.
thank you, Amanda, for having us. And can I just put out a little opportunity? Double the numbers. Let's see if we can get your membership just to pick this up. Take it on, double the numbers. You're not only refreshing your workforce, you're actually building your workforces for the future, and we're behind you 100%. So thank you. And thank you, Paul, for your presentation. That was really helpful and insightful, so everybody knows what we're dealing with now. And again, we thank you. And we look forward to the All Pans Conference next year. We'll be there, we promise.
We look forward to it as well.
All right, thanks everyone. Bye.
Thank you.